some names and identifying features in the text have been changed. Book 1. Journeys into the World of the Desk Killer. Preface. First day. White page. January 2006. Suffolk. Why are we drawn back to particular places? Since I was a boy, I have been returning here, to this unremarkable stretch of shingle on the Suffolk coast. Vast grey skies, the sea, usually a darker shade of grey, and undulating waves of pebbles, interrupted only by tussocks of coarse grass, somehow holding on against the bullying winds. We came here to fly kites once, but the wind defeated us, twisting the string into a dozen knots. I've brought many friends to this place over the years, trying not to build up expectations, wanting the peculiar force of the landscape to work on them wordlessly. The twisting road that leads here is part of it. Arriving at night, as I did yesterday, it is like sinking into the beginning of a story, the story that captivated you as a child, that you would read again and again because the absorption into that world was so entire that momentarily all else would fall away. Off the motorway, over the estuary, round the town that wants to be a city, with its scatterings of drive-through burger bars and superstores off the ring road, onto a main road. The white lines finally fade, a long straight stretch through woods of pine and silver birch, through a last village, and then the little road, barely signed at all, the road where you never meet another vehicle. Driving in a trance now, slowing to 20, 15 miles per hour. A tunnel of trees. The right-angle bend sweeps round. The telegraph pole, where the barn owl was. To the left, a final sway the other way, out into the open again, over a small white bridge. Tall reeds, now on both sides. And finally the road becomes a track, and the track ends at the blackness of the sea. As the engine fades, the certainty of that soft roar of sea and wind, and a flickering understanding that the end and the beginning are the same. I am sitting in the window of a small cottage that feels more like the cabin of a boat. In front of me, a January sea, 2 upturned dinghies, a flock of birds I cannot identify, flitting in crazed gusts, a red and white plastic bag, cartwheeling just too fast for me to read the writing on it. Only 2 figures, seen all day, a bearded man walking his dog, and now a distant figure, or rather a head and shoulders above the line of shingle, flying a huge, modern kite, purple and blue, that resembles a parachute, having more success than we ever did. And the paradox, that despite the buffeting of the winds on all sides, I feel a sense of stillness for the first time in months. I always knew that the writing could only start here, and probably only at this time of year, the emptiness of January. Looking to the east, beyond the grey strip of the North Sea, which used to be known as the German Ocean. And in that sea, there still exist in minuscule particles the pulverized stones of Spandau Prison, dumped into these waters after its last prisoner died. All this time trying to understand violence and its relationship to those who work at their desks, at their computers. Them, us, you, me. I reflect on the last decade of journeying and attempting to grapple with this subject. 10 years of visiting archives, walking through sites of extermination, reading interviews with survivors and perpetrators, and thousands of pages of testimony. And yet, as I begin to write, my screen is frozen. A white page. I'm rapidly trying to scan the multiplicity of images and sounds which inhabit me, searching for a way to begin.